There are no promises, no guarantees, and no secret formulas. But within the pages of this book, I share with you my journey and the issues I have encountered through my experience of setting up multiple businesses. In doing so, I share with you everything I have learned, my learnings and my understandings, in a very simple and honest way, and I will attempt to cover all the mindful aspects that are often overlooked, or worse yet, not covered at all, as they can be deemed unimportant or insignificant in the early stages of setting up a business. By highlighting these aspects now, I'm hopeful that when they come about, you'll be armed with a better understanding. It may not be now. It may be 6 months, 6 years, or even further down the line from now. But these aspects will arise, and the questions raised in this book will be asked. However, with this said, not every aspect or question raised in the following pages will be relevant to you. But I invite you to listen, absorb, and accept the information being shared. Listen to the unique connections it makes with you, and understand that as humans, we are only the byproducts of the knowledge and the known we give ourselves, and the more we know, the greater our ability to act. By understanding and accepting this, we give ourselves the ability to remove and break down the barriers associated with a lack of known, and in doing so, we become aware of and open to opportunities to increase our known by seeking help, learning more, and understanding more than we currently do. In the bigger picture, the more we know, the more we increase the likelihood that we'll make better choices that represent a life filled with fulfillment and happiness, rather than accepting the life we've inherited as truth, without conscious control or design. You see, I was trapped in this unproductive cycle for many years, believing that others were better than me on the basis that their business appeared to be more successful than mine. They had more stuff. They had a bigger house, or they had a nicer fleet of vehicles. But then I started to get into the nuts and bolts of the business world, and the more I learned and understood, the more I began to realize that things are not always as they seem, and appearances can be deceptive. Not all businesses are as healthy as they may appear on the outside. Fulfillment is so much more than stuff. It starts and ends with an emotional connection and the levels of truth you are willing to go to right now. Are you willing to be truthful now so that you may remove any restrictions in the future? Or are you going to assume that everything will be okay and there is little need to make mental shifts? This choice can only ever be yours to make. But you have nothing to lose and everything to gain through just listening to what is written and finishing the book. But you don't have to take just my word for it. Benjamin didn't make sense at first. I walked out of the event confused over what was about to happen. But then, 17 months later, I was faced with an issue and knew exactly what to do. He'd imprinted something, and it worked. Fantastic.